Welcome to the Power Circuit, your trusted window into Nigeria's evolving power sector. This program is proudly brought to you by the Transmission Company of Nigeria, TCN, the foremost agency responsible for the bulk transmission of electricity across the country. I'm your host, Amara Agugesi. First on our lineup today, the management of TCN has formally handed over an extension at the Gwagwalada Transmission Substation in the Federal Capital Territory to the Nigerian Independent System Operator, NISO. This facility will serve as a temporary site for a new National Control Center. In this edition, we are also taking a comprehensive look back at the first half of 2026. We will review the critical milestones, structural shifts, and vital infrastructure expansions that have shaped the Nigerian electricity supply industry so far this year. Stay with us for the next half hour. The management of the Transmission Company of Nigeria, TCN, has formally handed over the Gwagwalada Substation extension to the Nigerian Independent System Operator, NISO, as a temporary site for a National Control Center. This center aims to improve electricity grid management in Nigeria.
Speaking at the event, the Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of TCN, Engineer Sule Ahmed Abdulaziz, represented by the General Manager, Program Coordination, Engineer Aminu Tahir, described it as a significant milestone in the collective effort to strengthen Nigeria's electricity transmission infrastructure.
Today marks a significant milestone in our collective journey to strengthen Nigeria's electricity transmission infrastructure. The completion of this facility is not just the conclusion of a construction project. It is the beginning of a new chapter in grid management and national power coordination. This building was conceived to temporarily house the newly procured SCADA EMS and telecommunication systems, along with a dedicated team of operational staff. It will serve as the operational base for the National Independent System Operator, NISO, enabling them to oversee grid operations with enhanced efficiency and reliability.
The control room building extension is being utilized for the supervisory control and data acquisition and electricity management system at the Gwagwalada 330 kV transmission substation.
As we present this facility to NISO, we do so with confidence that it will serve as a cornerstone for improved grid management, enhanced system reliability, and better service delivery to Nigerians. Together, we are building the foundation for a stronger, more resilient electricity transmission network.
The World Bank supported the project, just as TCN reaffirms its commitment to collaboration, innovation, and service excellence as the facility commences operations under NISO, ahead of the mutual commissioning of the permanent National Control Center in Gwagwalada.
On behalf of the Transmission Company of Nigeria, I extend my gratitude to the World Bank for their unwavering support, to the Project Management Unit, I'm very proud of the unit, for their dedication.
With this handover, NISO will assume full responsibility for operating and maintaining the facility, he stated.
Let me conclude by reaffirming TCN's commitment for collaboration, innovation, and excellence in service. We look forward to the successful operation of this facility under NISO's stewardship and to the eventual commissioning of the permanent NCC building, inshallah, which will further strengthen our national infrastructure. Thank you, and may this handover mark the beginning of a greater achievement in Nigeria's power sector.
In his acceptance remarks, the Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of NISO, Engineer Abdul Bello Mohammed, represented by the General Manager System Planning, Engineer Kabiru Adamu, called it a critical step towards improving the operational capacity of the nation's electricity grid.
It It is my honor to accept this facility from the TCN on behalf of NISO and the NISO management. I assure you that the facility is going to be used for the purpose it is intended, and NISO is going to maintain this facility responsibly, and we're going to ensure that it contributes to effective grid operations to guarantee secure, reliable, and stable grid for Nigeria.
TCN's project manager, Engineer Samuel Fakin-Lade, noted that once the permanent NCC building is completed, the equipment and staff currently housed at the facility will be relocated and the building returned to TCN.
The contract was signed on the 23rd September 2025 with effective date as 1st November 2025, and the original contract duration period was for 5 months. Actual completion time is 6 months, just 1 month addition. And this building you are seeing today was actually completed 30th of April 2026. Although the project experienced 1 month extension beyond the original contract duration, the contractor has actually completed all the contractual obligations in accordance with the contract terms. So following this successful completion of the civil works, the temporary National Control Center is ready for formal handing over to NISO to fully operational management.
Oh my God, what caused this fire? Eh? Hey, God help us. Assuming this thing happened in the night, nobody from this building would have come out alive.
Madam, this is why we have warned landlords not to erect structures under the high voltage lines. If this high voltage line fell on the ground, nothing would have happened. But because this structure has been wrongly erected and the high voltage line fell on it, that is why whatever has happened has happened. We advise landlords to always consult the Transmission Company of Nigeria on their safety compliance on the right of way, so that something like this does not happen again.
Oga, we are talking of burnt house and you are talking of right of way. What is right of way and safety compliance?
Safety compliance simply means Before erecting any structure around any electricity tower or line, there are safety distances you must adhere to. These safety distances are 25 meters on both sides of the electric tower in the case of a 330 kV, 15 meters on both sides of the electric tower in the case of a 132 kV, and 7.5 meters on both sides of the electric tower in the case of a 33/11 kV. These stipulated safety distance instructions are what we call right of way. If these simple, basic safety distances are adhered to, trust me, there will be less loss of property and lives resulting from cut transmission lines.
Visit Transmission Company of Nigeria office nearest to you for your safety regulations before erecting structures. Let us save lives and properties and build a stronger Nigeria. This message is from the Transmission Company of Nigeria, TCN, transmitting electricity in the most efficient and effective manner.
Welcome back. As we cross the midpoint of 2026, we'll bring you the highlights of key activities and action points across the power sector. This review offers deep insights into how the industry has fared, highlighting the aggressive improvement drives by TCN and partner agencies. We begin at the minister's desk. Earlier this year, the former Minister of Power, Chief Adebayo Adelabu, strongly emphasized the need for urgent interministerial collaboration. His focus was on harmonizing all energy resources to boost national electricity access.
Speaking at an elaborate briefing during a ministerial stakeholder engagement session in Abuja, Chief Adelabu championed an innovative collaborative pathway designed to unify power, gas, and environmental strategies to harness Nigeria's vast energy resources. The sector, however, witnessed a significant leadership transition in the second quarter of the year following the resignation of Chief Adebayo Adelabu. Upon his inauguration, the new Minister of Power, Joseph Tegbe, immediately assumed office and hit the ground running, engaging with heads of various sector agencies to sustain the reform momentum.
We have to collaborate to deliver. One of the issues that this sector is plagued with today is silo mentality. Permit me to say it the way it is. We are not castigating any of you. We all work on our own. Even within institutions, within agencies, we are working on our own. There are situations where directors don't talk to each other. No agency, no department, no unit can solve this sector's problem alone. TCN cannot succeed without NEC. RE cannot deliver without the leadership of the ministry. And so on and so forth.
Beyond leadership changes, the Transmission Company of Nigeria, TCN, recorded significant operational and infrastructure milestones during the first half of 2026. These milestones further reinforce TCN's commitment to strengthening the national grid and improving electricity reliability nationwide.
In a historic move in April 2026, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, renewed the appointment of Engineer Sule Ahmed Abdulaziz as the Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of TCN for a second and final term. The reappointment followed a comprehensive assessment of his leadership, which has yielded notable improvements in grid stability, network expansion, and system modernization in alignment with the Renewed Hope agenda. For Engineer Abdulaziz, this reappointment is a call to greater responsibility. This was his core position during his first town hall meeting with members of staff of the company at the corporate headquarters in Abuja shortly after his reappointment.
Colleagues, This reappointment is not just a continuation. It is a call to greater responsibility.
Commencing a nationwide tour of TCN regions, the Managing Director delivered a powerful charge to staff in the Benin Transmission region, urging them to embrace strict professionalism and hard work to sustain the company's growth trajectory. TCN also celebrated International Women's Day, honoring the women driving development in the sector.
The infrastructure strides across TCN's regions have been equally exciting this year, marked by the successful energizing of several massive power transformers across the country.
In Ebonyi State, TCN installed a new 75 MVA power transformer at the 132-33 kV Abakaliki substation. In Delta State, another 75 MVA transformer was added to the 132-33 kV section of the Ugeli substation, while work advances on installing a massive 150 MVA transformer in East 330 kV section. Over at the New Haven substation in Enugu State, TCN leveraged World Bank financing to add 3 brand new power transformers. Meanwhile, the French Development Agency-funded Abuja Transmission Ring projects has crossed a 90% completion rate, with full commissioning expected by December. In the Lagos region, Apapa substation received 2 new 60 MVA transformers, while the Amuwo substation was significantly upgraded. Still on the project front, TCN, in partnership with the African Development Bank (AFDB), successfully completed compensation payments to project-affected persons. This paves the way for clearing the right-of-way to commence the critical reconstruction and upgrade of the 338-kilometer Aloji to Onitsha 330 kV transmission line. Still in partnership with the AFDB, TCN successfully concluded a validation workshop for the Battery Energy Storage System BESS feasibility study in Abuja. This innovative technology is being championed by TCN to cushion the grid against system disturbances and enhance overall stability by storing and injecting energy precisely when needed. Power lines weren't left out. The Port Harcourt region commenced the rehabilitation of the 38.6 km AFAM IPP to Port Harcourt line and the 20.8 km AFAM IPP to Elelenwo 132 kV double circuit lines. Engineer Abdulaziz also commissioned a 330 132 kV turn-in turn-out transmission line at Ihovo in Edo State to improve grid reliability. There was also the commissioning of a mega 300 MVA power transformer at the Abuja's Katampe substation. Additionally, TCN has granted access to mainstream energy to construct 330 kV bays at the Kenji transmission substation.
An expanding grid demands uncompromising safety standards. Operating a high-voltage transmission system means that health, safety, and environment, or HSE practices, are a strict legal and moral responsibility to protect lives and vital national assets.
To enforce this, TCN launched aggressive safety, anti-encroachment, and anti-vandalism campaigns across several communities in the first half of the year.
The company continues to battle the critical challenges of right-of-way encroachment, dangerous sand excavation, and infrastructure vandalism. Securing these assets required massive strategic collaborations this quarter.
Engineer Abdulaziz met with members of the judiciary to advocate for faster prosecution of electricity vandals. TCN also hosted high-level security meetings with the Office of the National Security Advisor, ONSA, and the NSCDC in Abuja. At the regional level, TCN Kaduna team, led by Engineer Nasir Fada, partnered closely with the Kaduna Vigilance Service and Nigerian Air Force to secure power assets. On the industrial front, management inspected the NNPC Limited Gwagwalada IPP project, assuring full readiness to evacuate East Power to the grid by December 2026. TCN management joined stakeholders at the Parliamentary Summit on Power Reforms in Lagos to demand collective action against grid sabotage.
Simultaneously, proactive maintenance remains the heartbeat of TCN's reliability. Intensive routine and annual maintenance exercises were carried out nationwide.
One such was the 132 kV Kubwa substation in Abuja, ensuring optimal service delivery to distribution companies and bulk customers.
TCN's impact also extends beyond our borders. Serving as the chairman of the executive board of the West African Power Pool WAP, Engineer Sule Ahmed Abdulaziz has spearheaded major milestones in regional energy integration, particularly accelerating the landmark North Core transmission project.
Speaking at the 9th meeting of the Joint Supervision Committee for the 330 kV WAP North Core Interconnection Project, Engineer Abdulaziz described the initiative as a powerful symbol of regional unity and shared prosperity across West Africa.
Just count all the blocks, eh?
Sir, we are a transmission company of Nigerian linesmen, and we just observed that you're about to erect a structure here.
You're very observant. Yes, I'm trying to put up a shopping mall of 200 shops that will serve this neighborhood. And I'm very excited about the project.
But sir, have you observed that it is under high tension transmission lines? It's called SNAP. Drop on the shopping mall and electrocute everyone inside it. Moreover, sir, these lines emit electromagnetic waves that are harmful to the health of human beings.
Really? This could cause so much harm?
Absolutely, sir. Imagine if there's a fire outbreak in the mall. It could destroy the transmission lines, causing outage to many states in the country. Erecting a structure under high-tension transmission lines will not help government efforts to grow our power supply and grow our economy. Be part of growth. Do not destroy electricity power installations. Little vigilance and concern on our part is necessary to protect transmission infrastructure nationwide. Be vigilant.
This message is brought to you by the Transmission Company of Nigeria, TCN, transmitting electricity in the most efficient and effective manner.
To recap our top stories on this edition, we looked at TCN's formal handover of the Gwagwalada substation extension to NISO for the new temporary National Control Center. We also walked through the extensive mid-year review of 2026, tracking the infrastructure upgrades and historic milestones transforming our energy landscape. Thank you for watching the Power Circuit. You can watch all our episodes on TCN's YouTube channel at TCN_Nigeria. Make sure to follow and engage for real-time updates on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, and X. TCN values your feedback. Send your thoughts to affairs.public@tcn.org.ng and visit the websites at www.tcn.org.ng and www.tcnnews.ng. Finally, we urge you to protect our community's power supply by staying vigilant against infrastructure vandalism. Report any suspicious activity to the nearest security agency or TCN official immediately. I'm your host, Amara Agugesi. Let's have another exciting time next week. Goodbye for now.